Moses was in his own world. The Laker girls were playing at being tough, but the Lakers were being played tough. The game was tight. Cunningham was nervous and Riley unsatisfied.
In spite of our ineptness in the second quarter and third quarter, the game was still right there, 76 up.
Riley changed strategy, put Kareem on Moses. No one else had handled the job. Cunningham banked on Malone.
If you're a great competitor, you want to play against the best. And that's what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is today in this game. And Moses knows that if he outplays Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, then he's the best.
The Sixers went to Moses, and Moses went to work. He was just getting started. He rebounded and fired off the outlet pass. When Kareem challenged the outside shot, Moses put the ball on the floor and muscled his way inside. The man was inspired. Again he drove and showed some finesse. Riley could call time, but he couldn't stop the Sixers from reeling off 8 straight points, and what had been a close game became a runaway. It was bad news for the Sunshine Boys. And some fair-weather fans headed for the highway. The Sixer bench was just about on fire. A 17-point victory, a 3-0 lead. A big man who was smoking, Moses and the Sixers had the Lakers shaken.
Moses, to me, right now, is the greatest center in the game. He does it for them offensively, defensively. People talk about his rebounding ability. He's a great scorer, too. Block shots. He does everything Philadelphia needs.
For the third straight game, Philadelphia had beaten up on the Lakers' depleted front court and relentlessly ruled the rebounding.
Whoever really dominates or wins that department is probably going to win the series. I mean, that's wherein lies, the stuff those rings are made out of.
One story with a championship ring to it was Moses Malone. Playing against the best, he was producing his best. Never the most verbal of men, Moses spoke like a prophet.
I like guys like Rambis, guys that come out there push me, because the more they push me, I feel like the stronger I get, and I get more aggressive, but then I know what I got to do.
Wait a minute, the more they push you, the stronger you get?
Oh yeah, I love pushing.
How do you figure that now? That doesn't make sense.
That's how I feel. I like the sweat, I like to get that sweat in and make me more aggressive. I like people to bang me, and then I feel much stronger.
No team had ever rebounded from a 3-0 deficit, and the Sixers weren't just thinking win, they wanted history.
Playing for the World Championship, and you're playing against a team that's on a crusade, that's very talented and very committed.
We want to end it in 4. We want someone to remember this team.
For Game 4, fans swept in from everywhere.
We believe 4 straight for the Sixers because we came 3,000 miles from Maui, Hawaii to see it.
The Sixers had come from the opposite direction with the same intention. They were on a roll, really sizzling, and were there to wrap up Game 4 and take the championship with them. Inside the Forum, Laker fans didn't know if their team had the firepower.
$100. Nice. No, we're embarrassed at our prices.
Nice. I got to see if they're going to win tonight first.
Oh, okay.
You might have to give me a feeling.
What is this program?
At the beginning of the series, the Lakers had been trying to become the first team in 14 years to win back-to-back championships. Now they were just trying to win 1 game. A year ago, Kareem was sizing up his 3rd NBA championship ring. Now, Julius Erving was eyeing his first. Fans throughout the country were pulling for him.
Julius Erving, he's a lord without a ring. He's been waiting for this for his entire life.
His Sixer teams had come close for half a decade, but had never been able to take it all, and Erving remained wary.
I've gotten to the point where
As much as I love the game of basketball, you know, I've been hurt by it enough to not feel any pain anymore. But to put things in their proper perspective, I think the greatest lessons in life are learned through adversity and through disappointment. And, you know, everything about this profession is not peaches and cream.
The addition to the 76ers of Malone had freed Irving of a burden. Now he could be the complete player, leader, role player, and inspiration, and add to everyone's game.
You know, I've had great years in which individually I've been able to do any and everything I wanted to do on the court. In recent years, it's very important to understand that sometimes less is more, and by doing less of the things that you're individually talented or gifted to do, the team prospers by it.
I think the greatest compliment to Julius for me would be that at 33, I've seen him improve so much as a player in certain areas of his game. You know, he's a perfectionist, and that's why he's Dr. J.
For Irving, the quest was not for the ring itself, but for the challenge, quality, and work that would win it.
When a guy runs a race, he's neck and neck with the guy or whatever, and he just looks over his shoulder and he sees himself a fraction ahead of him or whatever. That's really his most thrilling moment, I would think. You know, not sitting around, you know, talking about the fact that he won the race, but while he was running that race, you know, nothing that happens after that is going to parallel that feeling that was going on inside of that guy. And, you know, I think that's the true feeling of competition.
In Game 4, the Lakers came out battling, trying to avoid a quick knockout. They got off quickly, sparked by Magic Johnson's cheerleading enthusiasm and Coach Riley's pointed remarks. Despite playing without the injured Norm Nixon and Bob McAdoo, the Laker press stole the ball continually. L.A. dominated the first half, and Laker fans finally had something to cheer about. Magic Johnson led the pack, and Kareem jammed over Moses for 2 of his 18 first-half points. The Laker lead widened, and it looked like it might be their time at last. Johnson ran the offense, hit Jamal Wilkes with a pretty pass underneath, and the Lakers, who had been counted out, were coming back. Cunningham tried to slap some life into his team, and in the second half it started to work. The Sixer defense tightened. The Lakers were rejected. And Billy's men circled for the final run. Laker passes, so crisp in the first half, wilted under the Sixer heat and were fed into the Philly fast break. The 17-point Laker lead had dwindled to 2. It was the final 3 minutes, the time of champions, and Julius Erving took control. The doctor stepped out, glided down the floor, tie game. Erving for 2, and the foul. And the Lakers face defeat. Then the crusher, Julius, from the outside. In one final burst, the Sixers put the championship away. The champion Lakers had been dethroned. Though hurt by injuries, they have played valiantly. Laker fans were as stunned as their team. They were used to finding a way to win. For the Sixers, this was a long time coming. For years, they had begun as favorites, ended as runners-up, or worse. 3 finals in 4 years. They told their fans they owed them one, and now they had finally delivered. Moses Malone had had a champagne series and was voted most valuable player. This was vindication.
Hey, Mr. Tony, how did you feel when the buzzer went off and we had won the world? The way I felt, I tell you, I didn't even know I had feet.
For veterans Julius Erving and Bobby Jones, this was an intimate and personal triumph. For many on the squad, it was overwhelming.
It was just fantastic. He carried us in the first game of this series. Offensively, just did it.
Billy Cunningham had lived with failure and now had finally won the respect that comes with victory.
One thing about this team that they should be remembered for is they had the ability every year to come back and just keep on doing it. And keep on doing it, and darn it, they climbed the mountain.
I think that we got the monkey off our back, that the city no longer can walk up to our players, myself, and call us a choker. And
While Sixer owner Harold Katz celebrated his team's victory, Laker owner Dr. Jerry Buss showed grace in defeat.
My hat's off to the victors, and this is what it's all about, the winning, the losing, the struggle. It's great.
Winners a year before, the Lakers maintained their poise. Pat Riley congratulated the victors.
I would have much rather been on the other end of this thing tonight, but you know, I feel very good about our team. I'm going to celebrate my team tonight, and I'm also going to celebrate Billy Cunningham and Matty Gukas, Jack McMahon, Moses, Doc, Andrew, Maurice, all of them, because I think they deserve it. So I'm going to raise my glass to them, too, tonight.
Riley showed a great deal of class.
Thanks a lot. Great job. You deserve it, no doubt.
Clean all those skeletons out of there.
Yeah.
Dr. J finally cleaned the skeletons out of his closet. And, you know, they happen to wear purple and gold 2 out of the last 3 years. You know, my heart's out to him. God bless him. He deserves it.
NBA Commissioner Larry O'Brien presented the trophy to the champion Sixers.
And the world champions are here with us right now. The Philadelphia 76ers, the champions of the world. Hello. The 76ers hold this forever. The world
This was our time. It was all a matter, of the plan for us, and we didn't write the script. We just lived it out.
The 76ers flew back to Philadelphia with their first NBA title in 16 years. The city loves a winner, and after so many near misses, the Sixers love to give them one. The 76ers no longer owed anything to anyone. All debts were paid in full, and the streets were jammed with Philadelphians who wanted to let their team know how good they felt.